Hey, what is up, guys? How's it going tonight? Welcome back, everybody, to Caltech Live with your host, me, RC Steve. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you guys had an awesome week. If you guys haven't been here to this channel before, we are streaming live from Cal RC main channel, guys. You can catch me live every other weekend. We'll be streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and looks like we got some connection here for Instagram. So that's pretty cool. Shout out if you guys are tuning in and where you guys are tuning in from. I want to give a shout out to you guys already leaving some comments over on YouTube. What's up, Heath? Yes, sir. Episode number 4. Mr. Ghost in the house. What is up? Good evening. Got Ty in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome, 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 guys. So, yeah, this is an awesome weekly show, guys, where we showcase, where I do a little bit of demonstrations and give you guys some insight on the CalRC products and how I use them, specifically pertain to the RC crawler world of RC. And we have an exciting one for you guys tonight. This one, you guys don't want to miss out. We have something pretty new, and a lot of people have been waiting for this. So without further ado, I'm excited to share with you guys what we're going to be getting into tonight. We actually have our first hands-on look on these brand new all titanium little micro buggy cages, guys. These are super sweet from VTEC and Typro Customs. We'll be showing off a little bit more on that. But before we dive into tonight's show, I want to share what we got going on here in the shot. So if you guys do see some of my workspace, you guys can see some of the available products found on CalRC. I'll go ahead and share my screen right here. But this kind of whole setup, it's a little bit of mix of everything, guys. We have the mouse pad mat. We have a little small screw catcher. Underneath, we do have our silicone solder mat and all the products behind us, guys, ranging from the hide wipes to the aerosols, Moo Clean, and a few of the Bobsmith Industries products, guys. We'll actually go through a few of them tonight. But let's see. We have, yes, already been awesome, guys. Stay tuned. So let's just dive on in. If you guys are looking for a nice little awesome setup for your workspace, just like mine, I wanted to share with you guys over here. Here we go. Bringing it on camera right now. Give me 1 second. There we go. So we have over here on the main site, guys, these are the complete pro kits. These are actually awesome. So whether you guys want to start off small or just go all out with the master pro maintenance kit, guys, CalRC has everything that you need to get started with similar setups like I do. So you can start off small, guys, by going off with this small mouse pad kit. This one will give you basically kind of everything you need to get some proper maintenance. You'll get the mouse pad mat. You'll get, of course, the screw catcher, the magnetic mat, which is awesome. You're also going to get some of the most important Moo Slick and Moo Clean lineup products that will take care of most of the maintenance. So we're talking like the tire wash, the chassis, parts and chassis wash, the udder butter, and of course, guys, the greasers, silicone spray, excuse me, silicone sprays, the ultra thin oils and greases, guys. So I recommend checking out that. And if you're up to getting a couple more stuff in your collection, definitely check out some of these other pro maintenance kits. You won't be regretting them. And you can also save when you pick up these kits. So there's plenty of good savings to be had, guys. You do save in bulk when you do add more. So something like this deluxe small maintenance kit, no, not only you're going to get that complete maintenance kit from the small package, you're also going to get some extras like that silicone solder mat, and then of course the ultrasonic cleaner brush kit, portable folding lamp, guys, the Jet Blaster Mini, and just there's so many awesome products. definitely check them out if you haven't already, guys. Highly recommend it. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive in what we got on our screen. So a lot of you guys have been wondering what we're going to do tonight. Well, since it's a brand new buggy, we have the full-size 110 scale buggy. Now, these are fully titanium cages, guys. These are from Typro Customs. And we got something for the Micro RC fans finally in collab with VTEC Electronics, guys. They're able to scale down that 1/10 scale MB1 Mini, is what we're calling it. And so just want to show you guys how I'm actually going to start prepping this build. We do have a link set right here that we'll be assembling, showing you guys some tips and tricks how I can get this assembled and the easiest way or the smoothest ways. And then we also have this dual transmission, guys. Pretty wild for the micro RCs, guys. This will set up a motor front and rear and actually have separate output shafts to control the front and the rear independently. So it's a whole lot of crazy stuff in a tiny scale, but I'm going to be trying to cover as much as I can, guys, with that and show you how I dive into that. So, Rob, what is up, brother? How are you tonight? Hope you guys are doing great. Looks lightweight. Yeah, these are full titanium, so even just in my hand, this I'm not that good at gram guessing or weight guessing, but I would have to say this is probably like 150 to 200 grams. I mean, don't get me wrong. Just if you guys already know the exact weight of that, let me know. But they're fairly light. Hello, Bob. How are you doing? Yeah, the little pallet is cool, right? Little scale accessories. What's up, Bruce? The larger cage, you'll have to check about the larger cage pricing. They are a little bit up there, guys, with the price, but the quality is one not to miss out on. The welding, the weld spots, everything is just super quality. And especially when it comes down to the mini size one, guys, it looks exactly the same. So let's go ahead and dive in. I do have some comments here on Instagram too, guys, so I just want to shout those out. Yeah, very nice how we're going to mount the motors. Yes. Yeah, I'll show you guys how I mount the motors if I have some time. But let's dive in to the link set. We have somebody shouting out, they think it's 2.9 ounces for the cage, guys. So, hey, not that bad. It's pretty light. But let me go ahead and switch over to the full screen. And what we have here, guys, is the link set. So the link set is also a full titanium link set, and then they do include the rod ends. And with CowRC, there's actually a new product. Some of you guys may have seen, maybe have not, but the Moo Slick industrial grade ultra fine graphite coating spray is probably the coolest product that has came out from CowRC, in my opinion, that makes things very easy. And if you're looking for quick setups, quick maintenance, and virtually zero drag debris, you want something super smooth, guys, this product will definitely be the one to check out. There will be a few differences on how you set up the links, or depending on what type of driving and terrains that you do. But for the most part, I'll share with you guys what I do and a couple examples of what you can also do if you don't have the graphite coating spray. So I'm going to go ahead and take out these links from the little awesome packaging tray. Yeah, it's very nice how the kit comes set up. Tells you the lengths and where everything, what links are for what. So the uppers, lowers, rears, and fronts. Sorry if we are shaky a little bit. Let's see. Will there be another batch release of the 124 chassis? Yes, guys. If you're interested in checking out this chassis as well, stay tuned. I believe in a few more weeks they'll have another batch. Trail Crawlers RC, how are you doing tonight, brother? All right, so I've been experimenting a little bit with this, with the ultrafine graphite coating, and for you guys that like to set it up while you're doing it, kind of don't want to wait around, there's a few ways that I make my links really easy to set up. So if you guys know that with the links and the rod ends, definitely could be a struggle or a little bit difficulty to fit these on. But now that we have the ultra fine graphite coating, we can actually coat the threads on these links. Not only will that give us some protection for not getting it stuck, frozen rod ends on the links, but it will also create a really smooth, zero friction installation, guys. What I'm used to personally installing these links with the rod ends, I personally like to use the udder butter grease. The udder butter grease is a nice way to also add that lubrication on to the rod ends. At this small scale too, I do feel that, you know, there will be a little bit more mess for sure to apply the the udder butter. So with this is literally just a few coats, just like you're doing a spray paint. And then the cure time on this is very, very clean and fast, guys. So if you want a clean cure time, quick cure time, and virtually no mess, I'm going to shake a couple of times and I'll show you guys how I actually apply this. The main thing, guys, with this ultra fine graphite coating is you want to give a really vigorous spray. That way, you guys, none of the mixture is separated and everything's well mixed. So I do give it a couple shakes, normally for like a minute or more if you guys want to, but you'll see just like a very light spray. You guys can see how it kind of dissipates. Well, we got to shake it up a little bit more, because what we actually want is the black films or the coating to be released. So this will kind of give you a good indicator where now we are starting to see the coating. So with just a really light coating, what we now have done is created a zero clean, zero drag, zero sling, virtually instant cure application now. So it is handy and very important to use, such as like a cardboard box or some sort of protective cover that you don't want to get anything stained, because this product does stain the surfaces, guys. But as we see, it's ready to go pretty much, ready to apply the rod end. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them over here and we'll get these little box out of the way. But I really like the graphite coating because not only is it great for links, but it's going to be a game changer product, especially in the micro scene, guys. So whether you have this open case transmission with exposed gears, this will also be another great area to apply to the gears. Of course, once it's disassembled, you guys can clean the gears and then apply the coating to the gears. Check that out if you guys are interested in applying that graphite coating. You can also apply it to the drive shafts, the axle shafts, and if you guys really want to give a good experiment, which I haven't tested out myself yet, but I heard would work just as fine, is the application of the graphite coating inside the worm gears as well for the SCX24. So at that scale, guys, you can really get some nice friction-free, smooth drive lines. But let's see. We all have at least one big box. Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm sure you guys get that weekly box from the online hobby shops or a little paint booth or something like that. But let's go ahead and start getting these links on, guys. I'll share with you my experience on how I am feeling these rod ends to install. And right away, I can notice that it's just a smooth application, guys. And not only is it going to be smooth, but it's going to keep you protected from whatever you guys get yourselves into. Now, if you guys are a little bit more adventurous and you guys like to get wet or take your vehicles through the water, then that's where I would probably recommend to use the udder butter. That way you'll have the grease protection inside of the thread and the rod end. And this is pretty important to take note to as well, especially if maybe your links are, say, like some sort of steel material. Usually they're not. Usually they're like stainless steel. But if you guys do have metal type of links, then it would be a good idea to apply some grease inside that rod end area so no rust builds up and it doesn't get stuck on to the link itself. This might take just a few more minutes, but while I do see some comments, guys. Hello, Milk Tea. How are you tonight, brother? Intune RC. Awesome, Lurko. I'm glad you guys are joining the podcast here on Instagram. Yeah. Bye struggle tightening for sure, guys. With this, I wish I had like a little electric drill adapter for these small scale rod ends, but I don't. But you guys can see, even though it is a little tight, once it gets on, that friction-free movement is going to be installing on pretty nicely. I'm curious to know if you guys do install the rod ends on your crawlers. How do you guys install it? Are you guys normally just going without any lubrication, or are you guys applying a certain product? Shout out in the comments, guys. If you guys do pick up links off of me, you guys don't really have to worry about that, as they all come pre-assembled, which is a nice thing. But I'm curious, how do you guys assemble your links? Big or small, 1/10 scale? What's the type of scale that you guys work on the most when it comes to installing links? Let's see right here. Installing with the udder butter. Yeah, I'll go ahead and share a little demonstration as well, how I install the links with the udder butter too. That way you guys can get a good idea of both examples. So I do have a nice little sample pack, guys, of the udder butter. These are pretty handy to have if you happen to get a nice sample. But if I'm not using the jars or the syringe, normally I'll be grabbing this small little sample. And just as like RC Man in the comments shouted out, I'll literally just take a small, tiny little application of that udder butter, guys. Maybe this is a little bit even too much, but at this scale, you know, you will have a little bit of cleaning up to do. That's one of the things about the udder butter. But just as well, guys, once you get it going on, the goes on super smooth as well. Almost smoother than that graphite coating, in my personal experience right now. But you know, there will be different ways to apply it on. Are you guys looking to get wet? Then definitely get that udder butter inside. If you guys don't want to fuss or struggle with installing those rod ends on, or if you guys just need something to apply already, don't have to really have so much mess than that ultra graphite coating. There could be some other products that you could use, guys, similar to the like maybe the silicone spray protector. That could be one as well. However, I feel that one, I don't know, you could probably use it I just feel like if you want more lubrication to get it on, then the udder butter or that graphite coating. Just shoving it in dry and hoping for the best. Yeah, sometimes gotta go that way too. Now, a good thing also that you can use the udder butter for, guys. Of course, I use that specifically for my diff gears if I'm not using the graphite coating. I do use it in closed case transmissions as well. But like I said, guys, when I get to it for a new project, I will most definitely be exclusively using the graphite coating and trying that out on all of the components to see how that holds up for me as well. Use a small paintbrush to apply the udder butter. Then that's a good tip as well, Mr. Ghost. I always appreciate your insight, your little tips as well. You definitely have some handy ones. And guys, we're almost we're almost done. We got 2 links to go, so pretty good, pretty exciting right here. I'm trying to stay on camera as well. All right, but yeah, you guys can see sometimes with the udder butter, you will have a little bit of residue left over, which means that you will have to go ahead and tidy that up. So I'm going to go with that ultra slick graphite coating for now on. Let's see. A lot of the off-road guys use the silicone. Most any lubricant can work, just depends on the uses and needs and concerns. Yes. And that's kind of what it's all about, guys, is you have these CowRC products at your disposal. Don't be afraid to use any of those lubricants, guys. Either way, it's going to help you install those links or whatever you need to apply to easier. I am trying some of these without the udder butter and without applying the graphite coating, and I can definitely tell that it's much more difficult. And another thing about installing it dry or installing these rod ends without any lubricant as well too is I tend to notice that the rod end gets a little bit more stressed, especially when it builds up some heat with all the friction. So I would just recommend, if you guys are doing a rod end, a link set, just grab some butter, grab some sort of your lubricant right there, and do a little application on the threads. But with that being said, guys, we have the link set assembled. So I'm going to go ahead and put this butter away and just wipe these links down just for some of the applications or some of the links that I did do. And if there's any comments, you guys have any questions or comments you want to shout out, let me know. What size? Let's see. I put a very thin coat on his bearings as well if I'm planning to get into the wet conditions. That's an awesome tip. I know a lot of the micro crawlers, sometimes they be including the RTRs just with bushings now, so that can make things easier. But if you guys are wanting to get that full use of the waterproof so-called electronics that people have on their trucks, then I would also recommend, you know, checking out that udder butter and applying a little bit right there. Are you going to have some high clearance links for the Typro buggy? Yeah, we could make that happen for you guys. Let me go ahead and switch over to the screen now, guys. So now that we got the links installed, I'll probably install these links maybe later. Let's go ahead and check out again what we got on the screen. So we're going to disassemble this transmission. We're going to clean the gears, and we are going to lubricate that gears with the graphite coating and just kind of assemble it and show you some of the products that I can use during this disassembly and assembly. So a lot of you guys maybe building up with metal on metal parts. And one tip to not skip out on is the Loctites, especially on metal to metal parts and hardware. It's really important to get a good cinch down on all of the hardware. So guys, this will probably be one of the craziest transmissions that I build and disassemble. So while we do it live, I think we can do it. I've done this like twice before, so bear with me, guys. Shout out if you guys do have one of these cool dual transmissions and what you guys have it set up on, or if you guys planning to pick one of these up for your buggy. Curious to know. So we do have this transmission now off the skid, guys. It is a clamp style skid where the screws mount on to the skid. So now that we have that assembled, we can carefully take, or disassembled, could take off these gears. Okay. Let me go ahead and take these bad boys out. And there are little tiny parts, guys. Really little tiny parts. It's wish me luck. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's see. Let me come into these. A lot of bashers doing water sports. Yeah, personally, guys, if you're gonna do water sports, I would hop right into making sure that your truck is cured nicely with the udder butter in the parts that you need to, because kind of right away the parts will get rusty pretty quick. Oh yeah, overdrive. Yeah, this transmission's crazy. VTEC in the house. Yes, the shims. I remember that part, guys. So wish me luck, guys. But while we got all these parts out right here, we're gonna actually clean some of these parts. So we're gonna put all these gears into this little jar, as well as these little shafts, these little transmission shafts right there. So make sure to clean your parts, guys. I like to use the Moo Clean degreaser. This degreaser will remove all the oils, the grime, and prepare your parts not only for a nice proper application of the coating, but will just make sure that your gears are all cleaned up. So we're working on the dual transmission, guys, from VTEC and CL Designs. And we are just showing how I build this transmission up. They do come pre-assembled already, guys, but if you're looking to rebuild the transmission, you can probably follow a couple of these tips, but mainly I just want to show you guys how I use these CowRC products that benefit me into making sure that I'm having an awesome build down the road. Let's see, using the grease and the bearings. Yeah, I love that. If you guys built a transmission before, do you guys normally clean out the gears, or are you guys just kind of building it up, or do most of you guys not really just buy a pre-assembled one and then run it? I'm curious to know if you guys take some of the extra steps. When is that transmission going to be back in stock? I'm not too sure on the availability on this transmission, but if the buggy will be available again shortly, I would assume probably alongside with that. But maybe check out like Typro and VTEC ESC for any of those updates. So guys, now we have properly cleaned gears, nice and clean, all out of the dust and the debris now. So this is going to be a first for me, but should be really cool. We're actually going to take all of these parts right here, the same parts that I just degreased, and we're going to go back to our favorite cardboard box, guys. So again, when applying that ultra-fine graphite coating, it is needed to be shaken up. If you guys see this black spray paint style markings, that's actually what you're looking to achieve, or looking what you want to get when you apply the coating. That will ensure that the mixture is completely mixed and nothing is sitting, and that way you get a quick dry application. So again, guys, we're going to shake up the can for a little bit, and in the meantime, I'm going to try to make not too much noise and see what we can answer on the comments. But I do see, let's see, going back to Instagram, installing an RC2 fuel cell. That's cool. Let me know what chassis you're installing it on. Yes, I'm about to blast it with the graphite, guys. You guys are going to see this. It's going to be a super smooth transmission. Clean new transmission every time. Yes, that's right. Let's see. Mr. Joe got a pin size electric screwdriver. So working on the small screwdrivers. Oh, that's awesome. And that really helps, especially once you lock it in, you can simply just reverse it or drive them in. You don't have to fiddle around with missing the small hex slot and all that stuff. So, all right, guys, we got the graphite ready to go. Let me just test it over here on the top. That's what we want. We want that nice black application. So again, make sure you guys have a cardboard box, something that you don't want to get messed up. So that's why I keep the cardboard box here. It's just really light, and right away, guys, when I do apply this, you're going to see that there is literally no residue, no buildup, no oils or anything like that. If I wanted to get really fancy, I'll probably just flip these gears over. That way we can get the application on both sides. But just having it in my hand, guys, there's no residue, no runoff, which is I really like. So we're gonna get a quick spray. Now that we've shaken it up really nice, it should be applied really nice now. It just really light coats, guys. That's all you really need, and that's it. That's gonna make the product of the graphite coating last you a long time. And especially with this small scale size, oh man, that's gonna last you such a long time. And there are different ways that you can go about this, just as we were talking about the ultralight greases too. So say if you were planning to maybe get exposed elements like water and stuff like that, what I would recommend running or trying out as well, especially with an exposed case transmission design, is you can use the Moo Slick ultralight grease. That ultralight grease, guys, is an application that does have a longer cure time. So you will need to set that one overnight. That one's kind of like a set it and forget it overnight. The graphite coating is set it and let's keep the build going. So I really like the graphite coating. It's a game changer, guys. You guys won't really notice the benefits until you guys try it out yourself. So now here's the fun part, right? We're going to try and assemble this back together. There are a few tips or a few steps that I would go back and do, guys. Going back, I would probably remove these bearings and apply the ultra thin PTFE oil But just for demonstration purposes, guys, I'm just going to keep it going, and we will install these gears up and chat a little bit more about these awesome CowRC products. Before we assemble it real quick, I actually wanted to share with you guys. Let's see. Let me go back over here. Let's go over to the lubrication, and you guys can see all of the awesome lubrications products that CowRC offers. So let me just share with you guys one more time if you haven't seen it, but the Moo Slick ultrafine graphite coating is where you guys want to be, what you guys need for sure. You can pick the applicator tubes if you really wanted to, but with this type of application, guys, I would personally just apply it like light spray paint. Like if you guys, I'm sure all of you are familiar how to spray down a little spray can. So it does say apply multiple light even layers for the best lifespan and performance. And it will stain, guys. So get those boxes ready, but pick this up if you want to try something revolutionary, I would say, especially with our crawlers, guys. And Heath couldn't have said it any better. The graphite is going to be a huge with the micro as we discover it, guys. So I'm excited, and let's continue on. Let me see what we got over here on the Instagram chat. RC Man, yes, need to pick up that graphite, brother. Let me know how you use it. How often do you recommend cleaning the transmission if you don't go into water and don't really go into sand and dirt? That's a good question. It would depend on the type of crawling that you're doing, and especially if it's like this closed transmission style or an exposed transmission. I mean, exposed transmission style like this or a closed transmission style. That's definitely important to take a look at, but I honestly don't really service my transmissions all too much unless I know that it has been a while. And maybe I did happen to get it in some dust or had it at an area that's just really dirty with debris everywhere. So consider that, guys. Let me know. I personally don't really clean up or set up a transmission after setting it up once. That's kind of my go. But rebuild, of course, I'll dive into that and rebuild that. Garage Built, what is up, brother? How are you guys tonight? So let's go ahead and install this transmission back on. Thanks to VTEC, guys. He didn't want me to fail right off the bat. So as you guys can see, there's a very, very tiny shim right there, right after the transmission gear. So we got to make sure we don't forget that. And then when we install this, we'll go ahead and install both of them onto both sides of the plates. Now that we have that, we can go ahead and get these big shafts on. So it's pretty easy to set it up as these are kind of mirrored plates. So everything I'm doing is the same, but when I flip it around, it'll all connect into each other, which shouldn't be too hard to do. So once I pop those on, I'm going to see what you guys are saying in the chat. And shout out if you guys have rebuilt a SCX24 transmission before. Let's see. Trail crawlers, depends on how hard you run the truck. Yes, that's very important too. Also, sometimes we also may encounter like some gear mesh situations to where you might have a problem with your mesh, and maybe you might be grinding a little bit of gears. And those type of little dusts, brass debris and stuff like that, I would consider, looking at getting those changed out or cleaned up, at least, I should say. Now, let me see here. See what I'm doing already. So yeah, this one, gonna need to do this one real carefully, guys. You don't want to mess up this transmission. Let me see. All right, now that we got that stuff on, we got this. VTEC giving me the motivation we need, man. Yes, that's always good. Always much appreciated, brother. So once we pop those on, there we go. Now we got a nice sandwich in there. Got the sandwich in there, guys. Now we have to reinstall the braces back on to each other. So there are two braces. What I mean to say by braces, they're these really tiny little standoffs or little spacers, guys. So be very careful at not losing any of these parts. And that's another bonus why I love these screw catcher mats, guys. The nice white visible mat not only looks good, but also keeps things in place, especially when you have some sort of magnetic hardware, guys. So as we pop this in, try and be really careful. There we go. We got that set up right there. Now we got to put these little tiny little nuts on there. It's crazy how small this transmission is, guys. But I would love to know if you guys are planning to rebuild the transmission, maybe apply some graphite coating to yours. But I definitely think this is a good preparation just to having a clean setup and not having to worry about diving back in once everything's all set up, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get the next screw on. Again, we're going to take our little pliers. Whoops, definitely don't want that to fly out. And tricky parts, guys, I'm telling you. All right, beautiful. First go. All right, maybe second go. I'll have to do this one off the camera, but let's see. Yeah, the mats, guys, the mats are really helpful, and you can pick the size of mat that suits your space. So right now, this little space, guys, just as my demonstration area, my main work areas, I have the XLs and the large mats. Those are really nice. I can really spread out my whole workspace, guys, and get a lot of stuff done. And not only that they have that, but they also have the parts trays. The parts trays are like these little cool, oh, you can't see it right here, but the parts trays are just like these little tiny little pockets full of trays and compartments, guys. So depending on the type of setup that you do need, whether it might be, say, like a 4x4, 2x2. My personal favorite one, if I was to share with you guys, let me just bring it right here. Got it right here. I like this style parts tray where it has a nice open center plate. I can really have all the stuff I'm kind of working on, and then I can have my separate little screws, gears, and other pieces during builds. So you'll usually find me working on a flat mat, guys. The flat mats are the mats without this foam border. And so it's going to give me a nice, smooth, white, bright, visible background to that. And then I'll be able to install these, or I'll be able to lay down these screw catcher mats. So we're pretty much all set, guys. I'm just going to pop these on, so that way we can get a glimpse of how everything is looking. The braces, the whole setup is installed. We got it back on, guys. It wasn't as hard as I thought. I was just psyching myself out, but if you take your time, kind of give it a little study of beforehand, guys, then should go on pretty smoothly. But we have a couple things left to do. Actually, no, this is good to go. So here we go, guys. We can see, let me just hide this comment real quick. So here we go. We have the dual transmission, guys. Everything super smooth. It's running nice. There you guys can see all the gears operating. Now, what's crazy about these gears is that one side operates one output shaft, and then the other side operates the other side of the output shaft. So this is not like a single transmission with dual motors for like extreme torque. This is an actual dual transmission that operates the output shafts independently. So that's really awesome, guys. There are little special skid plates, of course, to mount that. But let's go ahead and cover a couple more stuff while we still have you guys here locked in. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a couple more comments, guys. So going forward, I'm going to use this on my RCs. Marco, man, that's awesome. Glad to hear. Let me know what type of cow RC products have you interested in the most. VTEC, man, I think you helped me. You trained me doing these assemblies. And so I'm really glad I kind of got the hang of it too. Anthony, have to keep an eye out for that MB1. Yeah, guys, this is going to be a popular chassis. And man, I can't wait to see so many of those out on the trails, guys. Trail crawlers is no stranger when it comes to builds. Over 20 1/10 trail trucks builds and comp ribs on the same mat, and it still looks good. And that's an actual important thing to talk about too, is like, how do you keep these mats looking so good after all these extensive deep wrenching sessions? Oh boy, tongue tied right there. Sessions or maintenance builds. So you guys can see I'll actually put some of these things to the side, but here we can see my screw catcher mat already has some buildup, some little bit of grime, grease, some oil from the previous, from me removing the degreaser, getting all that gunk off of my parts pretty much. But there's a couple ways you can keep this clean, guys. One thing you can do is use the Moo Clean parts and chassis wash. Simply, if you do have some sort of nice little spray bottle, I do know that a couple of these are still handy while they are available. These little spray bottles from Cow RC, or you can pick up one from like a little craft store and fill up your own, dilute it. Another product that I absolutely love, guys, it's quick and easy, just gets the job done with everything, are these Cow RC hide wipes. The Cow RC hide wipes, guys, I'll go ahead and pull one out right here. These hide wipes are super cool, not only for keeping your mats clean, but you can keep your show and shine trucks real clean, a quick, easy cleanup, or even getting down and dirty with some dirtier parts, and maybe you only have the hide wipes available. Pretty much all the Cow RC products are going to help you get clean no matter what. But what's cool about this, guys, it does have a multi-textured layer. So right here, you're going to have this soft, smooth texture, and then when you flip it over, you're going to have a more abrasive style texture. So this will be helpful for your harder, more getting down and dirty with removing some grime, removing some grease or dirt chunks and stuff. And then the smoother kind will be perfect for your hard bodies, your Lexan bodies, anything to remove scuffs and marks off, and especially the mats. So I just give a little clean after every wrenching or every time that I'm using the mat. And that's just going to keep my mat lasting as long as Trail RC right there with 20 plus builds, guys, on a brand new mat. If you guys do have these screw catcher ones with the foam linings, keep these mats really safe and store them on a nice flat surface. You don't want to be folding these mats up as they will damage the foam. But if you guys kind of don't want to worry about that, you can also consider, of course, one of our favorite mats, the Carbon series. That will actually have not only, I'll go ahead and just pull it up real quick. Not only is the Carbon series mat one of my favorites, it's a full rubber material. So it's easily foldable, it's easily rollable or pliable. It has foam, it has linings, so you can have your screws and hardware. And one of the best things right here is you can still integrate a screw catcher flat mat, small, medium size, depending on the size of the Carbon series mat that you get. This one is a 24 by 30, so you would be needing the medium size screw catcher mat, I believe, that will seamlessly fit perfectly in those. And what's cool about this, guys, is depending on the size that you need, they have a whole bunch of sizes. So the 24 by 30 and as small as these tiny little 5.5 by 8 little screw catcher mats. So if you guys are familiar, we do use these plenty. Like probably these are our little dailies. Pop these in your backpacks, guys. These will be good to go. And you can actually use all the products, the CowRC products, maybe besides the graphite coating. But you can use your greases, your lubricants on this, your butters, and it'll simply just clean off real easily. I can show you a couple tips on how to keep that product clean, probably in an upcoming episode. But guys, if you just spend that extra couple minutes cleaning up those mats or cleaning up the workspace, really helps just get them ready, keep them lasting a long time, and all that good stuff. Love the setup. I appreciate you, brother. Was using Simple Green to clean till I got the hide wipes. Yeah, the Simple Green. Yeah, that's also another product you can use. But man, the hide wipes, non-toxic, it won't, harm anything over the long run, versus like the Simple Green. So check out the hide wipes, guys. Always clean the mats with the parts and chassis wash. Yeah, I use the parts and chassis wash too. Another cool product that I do use when my OCD kind of gets the best of me is when I clean those little pockets, I actually aim for the cow snot. So a little bit of the cow snot and will help me get all those little fine particulates, the little hairs or stuff right in those crevices real easily, guys. And you only need a tiny little piece of cow snot to keep that stuff clean. Currently have that Moo Slick, but need the graphite. Oh, Marco, I'm glad to hear, man. Hopefully pick some up and let us know if you guys tune in on next time I'm on. If you guys did pick up the graphite, I'm curious to know how you guys enjoy that graphite. VTEC, man, it's a blast to have you on here. We definitely can't wait to see more mini MB1s, guys. And yes, brother, anytime, man. We'll keep you guys posted on what we do, what we end up with this mini MB1. Got a few more minutes in the show tonight, guys. What's your favorite CowRC mat layout, guys? If you already have a cow mat, trail crawlers, it is a medium screw catcher mat. It's about 11 years old. See? I mean, goes to show you guys, those things are perfect for that. Over here on the Instagram, I am missing a lot of comments, guys, but glad you guys are chilling and hanging out. I appreciate you guys. Just buy a new transmission when you're going hard on the crawling. Yeah, I wouldn't be the first one to be doing that myself, so I understand on that. I'll probably do the same thing, but man, if you rebuild the transmission with these CowRC products that I shared with you guys are going to be a true believer after setting it up. How smooth, how much more smoother. And I mean, I'm not joking. I kind of gave this a little bit of spin before, and now I'm really happy that the gears have that graphite coating, guys. I can really feel that friction completely just smoothened out. So super cool. Let me see. Scott yeah, the little mini carbon series or any little carbon mat, any little trail, perfect size portable mats. They're perfect for the backpacks, guys. Mr. Ghost, yes, I appreciate you, brother, tuning in as always. You know, we'll catch you next week. And let's see a couple of more people out in Instagram. Duke's RC Garage, what is up, man? Glad you're enjoying the Cow live stream, guys. Make sure you guys tune in every weekend on Sunday evenings, guys. If you haven't checked out the Cow RC Cow Tech Live, not only is it me every other weekend, guys, but we have our badass hosts, Adam and Tyler, hosting all the um, other every other weekend, I should say. So if it's not me, guys, you'll be catching Adam and Tyler. They showcase all the sick setups, all their work setups, their cow setups, and what they got on going on for the project. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. And let's see, a couple more comments and a couple more things. I am getting some comments. What parts am I going to use? I might as well just show you guys right before we cut this off for tonight. But so now that we have the transmission set up, guys, and we have our links set up for the little baby MB1, I do have the panel taken off right here, as you guys can see. And we'll be that was another tip that I was going to share with you guys. If you haven't checked out Cow RC, go check them out, guys, because they have a whole lineup of Bobsmith Industries products. And you guys know me, I can't get enough of the Bobsmith Industries glues, the CA accelerator, and their Loctites. So I do have some of these products here, and that would be a perfect product to consider picking up, especially maybe the purple Loctite or the blue Loctite. But for all your metal on metal applications when installing the hardware, guys, just a tiny little application of Loctite, especially at this scale, guys. What I normally do is I'll use this little tiny plastic tray to put some Loctite in there, and simply with my screws, just a small little dip in there. And last tip, guys, before we go off, is a lot of you guys kind of just, myself included, honestly, but when we're just putting that Loctite on, we kind of forget to install or think about the hardware. We can actually, oh, we can? Okay, maybe next week I'll share with that. But we can actually degrease the hardware. So usually the hardware, guys, has some sort of oils and films, especially when you get it fresh out of the factories, guys. So having that on top of the Loctite, it can just add some extra little bulkiness, a little bit extra grime that might be a little bit more difficult in the long run when removing the hardware and stuff like that. So keep an eye on that. And yeah, guys, it's been an awesome show. Looks like we can go off with a bang and get a little sneak peek, guys, on a product that I'll be using and showing you guys actually how I'll set this one up. But yeah, we got the new motors right here, guys. So just a little sneak peek at stuff we got coming down the pipeline here on the show. But also, guys, stay tuned for the next couple of shows, because we're going to be getting started with our build for the Caltech live episodes, guys. You don't want to miss out. We're going to have something exciting. We're going to have a sweet truck. Maybe one of you guys could walk away with once we're done with all these episodes. So stay tuned for next time that I'm on. It'll be in 2 weeks, guys, and we'll share with you guys all the details on that. Don't miss out, guys, and give Cow RC a follow on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And of course, right here on these banners, guys, you can save 10% now. Just use that code CowTech. And I appreciate everybody tuning in for the CowTech RC episode. Again, guys, if you do need any custom suspension links, you can find me over on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at RCSteve710. So it's been a blast hanging out with you guys for this past hour. You guys have a great rest of your evening, and we're tuning off. We're tuning off until then, guys. Signing off, should say. Peace out. Have a great night. Thank you.